Today, in the media conference with Lal Goel, which is brought to you by V4 News, Global TV, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News Gaon Se, Samvad Sarocar News, Bharat Post News, Karu News, Organ Donation India Foundation and Gyan. Our endeavor is to enlighten you with the current topic. And today, the world is celebrating International Men's Day. But before I will go on the main topic, I would like to inform you that today the country is celebrating Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Guru Parv. Before becoming a Muslim, a Sikh, a Hindu or a Christian, let's become a human first, said Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Guru Parv, also known as Guru Nanak's Prakash Utsav and Guru Nanak Dev Ji Jayanti, celebrates the birth of the first Sikh Guru, Guru Nanak. This is one of the most sacred festivals in Sikhism. Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism, was born on Puran Masi of Kartik in 1469 in Rai Boidi, Talwandi. In the present, it is Shekhupura district of Pakistan, now Nankana Sahib. On the day of the Guru Parv, the celebrations commence early in the morning at about 4 to 5 a.m. This time of the day is referred to as Amrit Vela. The day begins with the singing of Asa Ki Var. This is followed by Katha and Kirtan in the praise of the Guru. Following that is the Langar, a special community lunch, which is arranged at the Gurudwaras by volunteers. The idea behind the free communal lunch is that everyone, irrespective of gender, caste, class, or creed, could be offered food in the spirit of seva and bhakti. Media conference with Lal Goel wish you all a very happy Guru Parv. Today, world is also observing World Toilet Day. World Toilet Day, WTD, is an official United Nations International Observance Day on 19th November to inspire action to tackle the global sanitation crisis. Worldwide, 4.2 billion people live without safely managed sanitation, and around 673 million people practice open defecation. Sustainable Development Goal aims to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. In particular, target is to end open defecation and provide access to sanitation and hygiene. World Toilet Day exists to inform, engage, and inspire people to take action toward achieving this goal. The UN General Assembly declared World Toilet Day an official UN Day in 2013. After Singapore and had tabled the resolution. Media conference with Lal Goel sincerely hopes that by observing World Toilet Day, more awareness will be created so that no one will be forced to practice open defecation. Today is the International Men's Day. International Men's Day is IMD is an annual international event celebrated on the 19th of November. The objectives of celebrating an International Men's Day are set out in the 6 pillars of International Men's Day. That is for the boys and men's achievement and contribution, in particular for their contribution to nation, society, community, family, marriage, and child care. The broader and ultimate aim of the event is to promote basic humanitarian values. Inaugurated in 1992 on 7th February by Thomas Oster, the project of International Men's Day was conceived 1 year earlier on 8th February 1991. The project was re-initialed in 1999 in Trinidad and Tobago. The longest running celebration of International Men's Day is Malta, where events have occurred since 7th February 1994. Jerome Theluk Singh, who revived the event, chose 19th of November to honor his father's birthday and also to celebrate how on that date in 1989, Trinidad and Tobago's football team had united the country with their endeavors to qualify for the World Cup. Theluk Singh has promoted International Men's Day as not just a gender day, but a day where all issues affecting men and boys can be addressed. He has said of IMD and its grassroots activities, I quote, they are striving for gender equality and patiently attempt to remove the negative images and the stigma associated with men in our society. Media conference with Lal Goel wish all boys and men a happy International Men's Day. And one more very big achievement today, and that is that today's the 3 farm laws have been repealed. So media conference with Lal Goel also congratulate all the farmers of our country for their victory. And we hope now everything will be settled. They will go back, and we deeply pay our tributes to all the farmers who lost their life in this protest, which was almost 1 year old. And media conference with Lal Goel did several programs on this issue and was asking the government to repeal these 3 contagious laws as early as possible. And today is a very, very big day that those 3 laws have been repealed. Now coming on our main topic, and the topic is man will be man. There will be men who want you, and there will be a man who deserves you. Know the difference. Men are men. Man will be man. Have you heard women say that often? Surely, because most guys have certain habits that are simply immutable. I think it can mean that you can never really change them. Also, that there are some ways men act that are just a trait among men, positive and negative ones, of course. Does that mean that men are incorrigible flirts who cannot take their eyes off other women even when they are in stable relationships? It does not. But what it does imply is that guys, the best of them, manage to irritate their partners due to some qualities that they fail to get rid of. There are some habits which are implanted in human nature, and no matter what, it cannot be removed. Similarly, there are few things that men cannot resist to stare at women. Remember the Imperial Blue ad which says, man will be man. Well, yes, man will always be man. From young guys staring at women and trying to check hot girls to being adults and still checking out ladies. Men of every age and class just cannot get over their habits. And the habits are like TV and BV. Men are television addicts, at least many of them. They find ways to enjoy the most ridiculous of programs when they can give some quality time to their relationships. Women suffer this indulgence with immense patience. Then comes that moment when they leave their chair, pick up the remote, and switch off the television. Guy talk applies to some men when 2 of their kind gets together. With 2 ladies for company, they tend to hijack the conversation with typically guy talk on everything right from cricket to action movies. Women tend to get bored. Men go on and on. The repercussion is anyone's guess. In love with lethargy. Again applies to some men. When not at their workplaces, instead of sharing domestic chores, they oversleep and overeat and generally do nothing else. The partner hates such an attitude, but she knows that man is too manly to change. Does that mean that women have no weaknesses at all? They certainly do. Ask men, and some of them will surely tell you that their partners are married to cell phones, kitty parties, shopping, etc. But today we are only going to discuss about the men, because today is the International Men's Day. And our topic is man will be man. And in our panel today, we have 3 men and 1 woman. Definitely, they all will share their own experiences and their views about man will be man. And I would like, and they are from the different walk of life, and they are from very young to very old. And I'm sure the viewers will enjoy their talks because they will be giving their views from their perspectives. And my first panelist guest is Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran. Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran is the former visiting professor IIM Lucknow and University of Texas at Dallas, USA. He is the senior director of Don Bosco Group, Bengaluru. He is the director of Eldo Private Limited, New Delhi. He has done his MBA from IIM Ahmedabad in 1980. He did PhD in 1986. He started teaching and researching business and entrepreneurship since 1984. He published research papers in reputed journals, international seminar proceedings, and chapters in books of readings. He started academic admissions phase as a dean in 1997, rising to executive director, controlling management and engineering institutes in 2007. Her Highness Governor of Karnataka nominated Dr. Sharan to the Senate of Bangalore University in recognition of his distinguished academic contributions. He was visiting professor to University of Texas at Dallas from 2012 to 2019. He also visited Washington State University and President University, Indonesia, on the invitation of the Dean Faculty of Business in 2018. He innovated and implemented a unique model to double the turnover with existing infrastructure in one accounting year. He is co-promoter of Institute of Family Business Management Society. He is honorary director of NCR Delhi-based high-tech B2B physical startup. He is also co-founder of OWGI Foundation, which promotes social entrepreneurship ventures. Welcome, Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran on our show. Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, you always attend our media conference on a very, very different topics, like on education or some social problems and many other things. But today the topic is man will be man. And definitely you being such a senior professor, and you have seen so many men in your life. As an educator, you have educated them. Even you have dealt with the women, and you have seen how the women see the men and how the men see towards men. Now we would like to know your views on man will be man. Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, please.
Thank you, Mr. Goel, for this opportunity on a very challenging topic. I am very happy to be here with you because it gives me an opportunity to explore my own inner depths and munch on the experiences. I hope we will be better off in understanding men after our media conference with you today. First and foremost, let us recall Mother Nature. All forces may weaken, but the forces of nature shall not. They remain consistent, and if we want to understand the meaning, the implications for both the genders of this phrase, men will be men, then first and foremost, we must remember we are what nature made us. Anybody who uses this phrase loosely is disrespecting Mother Nature. So I'll caution my co-panelists, I'll caution my viewers that do not be carried away by popular derogatory tone when the phrase is used, men will be men. If men stop being men, Mother Nature will stop being Mother Nature. Srishti ka vinash ho jayega. So this is the opening point. Now, if you really want to understand the origin of men will be men, is exasperation of a mother with a grown-up son. Let me repeat you also. If you really want to understand why the phrase men will be men acquired a derogatory sense, it is rooted in the exasperation which a mother experiences with an adult son. But Nature will not stop. The infant grows into a child, child grows into a grown-up one, and then the hormones take charge. Hormones like testosterone are neutral in gender. Men have it, women have it. But the quantity is different. And the chemical fireworks changes. This is why, Mr. Lal, when you said, men will not stop ogling at women, they don't ogle at every woman. If there are 20 women, you will look at one or two or three or four, not on all the 20. Where does the derogatory meaning go then? Men will be men. Men will be men only if women are attractive. And women are not attractive for the sake of it. There is a deep urge in our counter gender put in place by Mother Nature, because Mother Nature wants her business to continue. Procreation must happen. Without procreation, the creation ends. Now, this is one side of it. And this is not captured by the phrase men will be men, on when men continue to be men. You know, it is when you have a female company by your side and you are subjugating yourself to the forces of nature, when that one, that other person is accusing you of something given to men will be men. Lightly spoken, sure, we take liberties as long as the boundaries of ethics are not violated. So the second serious point I want to bring after joviality is this, that men will be men is deleterious, has negative meaning, because many of people of our gender stop respecting the boundaries of ethics. They also stop, or they do not stop themselves by checking themselves. Men will be men is not a compliment, not at best of times. What I want to emphasize to our conference is, let us be a little bit serious about what people accuse us of being. Let's understand this subtle side of the phrase, men will be men. As long as you mention that word FLIRT, as long as that is tickling the shall we say lady, shall we say the girl, shall we say the woman, shall we say the person, any of these, you do not get accused of men will be men. Only when it becomes unpleasant, only when it is an imposition beyond their will, then the things start getting sour. Things start getting sour. And the serious part is, men will be men is something of a liability. We have to be masculine, but we don't have to be macho beyond appreciation. Okay? And I am at a loss of words for the third point, because in France, people appraise romance and they have made it an art. Many people say a French lover can bring you to the highest joys by simply talking to you, not even touching you. What I will want to spend the rest of couple minutes here is, today is a time when we can change a little bit of definitions, change a little bit of the boundaries. And today, thank Mr. Goel that we are talking about this. I have an opportunity to put before you a counter view, a revolutionary view, a refreshing view. In the hullabaloo of the modern technology, we have lost some of the beautiful things of life. One of them is opportunities when we tickle the fair gender so that when we sit with the other members of the fair gender and then somebody gets looked at, then the other person teases the other person, and then the phrase that comes out is men will be men. Those ones should be the encounters in our society. We are losing that one because of the advent of technology. I got a cartoon yesterday in which one very old man is speaking to a very old man and says, my wife is so understanding. John, my wife is so understanding that she understands me even before I open my mouth. Men will be men. But what about women? You very fairly pointed out. Nobody says women will be women. So today, if technology is not robbing us of our romantic inclinations, if our own good judgment is not robbing us of respecting ethical boundaries, if our own fair judgment, our own character is not robbing us of forgetting how great women are and what they are put in place for, then let us remember this. And I'll close with this phrase that after all, Cupid shot Adam in the Garden of Eden. And that led Adam to pluck the apple and have a bite at it. The serpent bit the couple. And it was not only Adam who was exiled from the Garden of Eden, even Eve was exiled. So, to prove my point that men will be men should henceforth not be construed only as a negative behavior practice to be contained and curtailed. There's a beautiful side of it. And remember, as long as men will be men, the Eve will be companions. And if they are allowed in the heaven, the two will be allowed in existence there. And if both of them do not respect mother-law's natures, then both will be asked and exiled from the heaven. So men will be men is our passport, our visa to heaven, provided we are responsible. If we are not, then of course, we are sent out of heaven. Men will be men is a glorious phrase, not a derivative phrase, according to me. Thank you for the chance. Thank you.
Man will be man is a glorious face, not a derogatory, says Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran. And Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran tried his best to defend the man because he is also a man. And he wanted to say that this derogatory remark or the phrase should not be used against the man because there are men, there are women. And he tried to explain each and everything. He even said that a man, if he is doing involved in a romantic way, that is not a bad thing. But yes, if he crosses the line, then he has to be checked. And he gave all the references whatsoever about the technology also, about the Adam and Eve also. But he, definitely our viewers will decide what he said is right or wrong. But because we are discussing the man will be man, I'm sure that we will again come. And when I will come in my next round, I am going to ask the same questions to him, some question where I would like to ask him why he says and why not the man will be man. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, for giving your views. Now I would like to I would like to just, I am seeing someone is entering. One moment, I will see who is actually our panelist, Mr. Ashish Kaul. He's, I think he's, the problem is that they never, I will just see if he's there. He has not put his name on the thing, so I cannot say whether it is he or someone else. Let me just see, check up, because without seeing him, I cannot decide. Galaxy A30s, please switch on your video. Galaxy A30s, please switch on your video. Yes, he is there. Actually, you have not put your name, Mr. Call. Anyways, turn your mobile on a horizontal position. Mr. Call, can you hear me? Turn your mobile in a horizontal position. Just turn your mobile in a horizontal position, Mr. Call. Please unmute. Please unmute. Yes. Mr. Call, because you have joined now, and I will just inform my viewers, he's a very, very busy actor in Bollywood and in the television line. And he's on a shooting site right now. So he wanted me that just as soon as my turn will come, I will come. And this is actually, I will say man will be man. Actor will be actor. They have to show their importance by showing that they are so busy, and but actually he's busy. Now, Mr. Ashish Kaul, we were discussing about man will be man, and Professor Sudhir Saran tried his best to defend the indefensible. That is, that man will be man. He says man will be man is a derogatory phrase. One should not use it. Now, we would like to know, because after all, this phrase has been popularized by one advertisement. And that's why people are curious why this man will be man. And being a actor, and I would like to introduce my guest, that is Mr. Ashish Kaul. Mr. Ashish Kaul is a veteran actor. He has acted in many Hindi TV series and Bollywood movies since 1995. He came to Mumbai in early 90s and started his career in modeling. In 1995, he was spotted by Hrithik Roshan's maternal grandfather, J. Om Prakash Mehra, and he was signed for the film Afsana Dilwalon Ka, which was released in 2001. He played the patronagist Banne Khan in this movie. His other films were Paramveer Chakra, Akeli, Jai Shakumbari Ma, Bal Mukund, and Sanam Re. He is known for a wide variety of roles in popular Hindi television shows, including Ghutan, Kusum, Kahani Ghar Ghar Ki, कसौटी जिंदगी की, सीआईडी, कुमकुम, एक प्यार सा बंधन, एंड कोई है, लक्ष्मी घर आई, क्यों उठे दिल छोड़ आए, जिद्दी दिल माने ना, बैरिस्टर बाबू, भ्रम राक्षस 2, etc., etc., etc. Long list. If I will read, then my full program will go in this. Welcome, Mr. Ashish Kaul on our show. Mr. Ashish Kaul, we are discussing about Man Will Be Man. You are being not only actor, but such a senior actor, especially in the television industry, and now you are coming in the web series also. So you have come across with men as well as women many times. And you being, although Professor Sharan also came across, but he being a professor, his viewing is a different way. But you being actor, you are always in the front, and you might be having more practical experience about Man Will Be Man. So we would like to know your views on Man Will Be Man. Mr. Ashish Kaul, please.
Thank you, Goel uncle. Let me first inform everybody. I wanted to be an actor, but I remained an actor because of Goel family. Okay, Mr. Lal Goel and his entire family has a very big hand on keeping me being an actor. Otherwise, I wouldn't have managed in Bombay. Thank you so much, uncle, for sustaining me for so long. Thank you so much. Now, coming back to Men Will Be Men, it's a very uh, vast topic. But keeping it short, these are entirely my views. I think instead of men being men, it should be men should be men. What has started happening the other day? I was walking in Phoenix Mill, Worldly, and I didn't quite get to know the person who was walking in front of me was a man or a woman, because the trend is changing so vast. They are becoming thinner, they are becoming leaner. I don't know what they are planning to become. Initially, when our grandfathers built the empires of industries and things like that, I think we should be quite similar to them. Do their job, maintain a certain kind of respectability in the society. And
I, I think your network is very low, Mr. Call.
big debate because yeah, because can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yeah, because I personally have a view that every family has its own issues, own problems. So one family trying to guide the other family how to look after their matters and telling the man of the house, please tell your children to do this. You should be like this husband. I think it is not required. Every man in his family has his own respectability in his personal family, and he has his own responsibilities. So he should be a man rather than men will be men. He should not try to be somebody else's man of because somebody else's husband is treating the woman somewhere, or some father is treating the children in a different way. He should personally have his own values, and obviously he has his own responsibilities to handle his own issues of the family, and he should not try to copy anybody. So I think that is my personal view on men.
Okay, Mr. Call, because you have time to be there, or you have to go for the shoot again.
I'll wait, not to worry, I'll wait.
Not to. So I will come. No, if you are waiting for the entire program, then I will ask the questions in the next round.
No, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry,
okay, so I am going to ask you. First
Yeah.
thing you said that the man will not be, man is not correct phrase. You only mentioned that you were watching one person moving up ahead of you, and whether he was boy or girl, you are not knowing. Why it is like this? Why we always see that who is that, who is she, who is he? As Professor Sudhishran says, someone attractive attracts our eyes. Why it is happening? If you are a man of character, if you are a man of integrity, you means, I am talking general, I am not talking about you, then you should be stick to your own work. You have nothing to worry whether she is a girl or boy. And instead of steering anybody, you have to see your own self, number one. So my question to you is about the men chauvinism. Man talks many things. Man talks, we pray the women, we pray on the no durgas and whatnot. But when things comes, they change, and then they try to behave inappropriately with the woman. And these things are happening. These are not the things that I am saying something new. And I know that somebody is talking, and the government of the day, or some people are becoming against, and they are filing the FIRs, etc. That is a separate thing. But the nature of man, or few people, they say a rotten egg spoil the basket. So do you think that it is only the because of some people, some men, we are being defamed, or it is a tendency, inbuilt tendency of a man to superimpose themselves on women, try to dictate them, and whatsoever we will say, they are equal, they should be equal, giving all preferences. But our ego is so much, man's ego is so much, they always want that the woman should be under them. What you say about this, Mr. Call?
No, I absolutely disagree on this remark, because I have actually trained a lot of actresses. I am a mentor to a lot of heroines also. That's another part of my job.
Your network is giving problem, Mr. Call. We can't hear you. Mr. Call, are you there right now? I think problem is there at your network. Can you hear me, Mr. Call?
Yeah,
Can
is this
you?
better?
Now it is better.
Okay, I think the
Yeah.
so I entirely don't approve of this because it's not just men. You have seen people of various countries and our own country, army officers and everybody getting honey trapped. So what is honey trap? It is the same thing, except the men are on the receiving side. So it's just a situation. What situation are you? At home, these things very seldom happen, but it can happen on any side. The boys also have been exploited very badly. You see the church getting involved in all punishing all these people? How they involved? Because the boys have been exploited. So it just putting men into it for that they want to go against the women physically and putting them down is wrong. Even a lot of I know lawyers who are protecting men from getting tortured from women. Sonal Mattu is one of the leading lawyers in Gurgaon. She protects men because they have been tortured so badly from their wives and getting harassed from women. So it's just what news you have heard. But if you actually hear the both sides, it is a very different story. I am not saying the first side is correct or the second side is correct, but yes, there is other side also. And any act of illegal or immoral is wrong. It is not done. But categorizing only for men, I would not be sufficiently, will be approving of it. It's not like that. It's not like that.
Okay. So, Mr. Call, you have given your views. Today is International Men's Day. How you are celebrating International Men's Day? You are on shoot of one of the serial. Can you just name the serial and the channel which is going to show it, and how you are planning to celebrate? And before you join, I have just informed that today the farmers had a very big victory. So are you celebrating that victory also?
Yeah, no, I read in the morning because the tweet came and my background, how people start calling me and uh, the the celebration should not be done immediately because knowing the background of the government, half the things they say they don't mean it. So because the elections are coming, suppose they transfer it to the next session, which could be in July, so then the elections in UP will be over, in Punjab will be over. So unless
okay, but what about that is fine. We will have a discussion on that again. I am asking how you are celebrating the International Men Day today on your shoot.
There is no celebration. We are just doing a lot of dialogues. We have to finish the shoot by 9 o'clock because in Mud Island we cannot shoot beyond 9. So
Which is the serial which you are shooting?
This is called Yardos. It will come on Prime.
Okay.
Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And it is by Medoc Films.
Okay, very good. So all the best, and we have taken your time, and thanks for the compliment which you have given for me and my family. It's not something. See, it's always try to share, try to give. If you will give, somebody else will be benefited, and then so we all are instrumental by the God. We are supposed to give, and the change should continue. And I'm sure that the way work you are doing is also very social work. You are mentoring, and especially you are mentoring those girls and boys who are running away from their houses to become a hero or heroine without knowing that it's not an easy thing. But whenever they comes to you, you try to see to it that they should go back to their home, and you always try to contact them. I know you very well. And if their parents only allow and they say no, they want that they should become something, then only you mentor them. And this is also very unsung heroes work you are doing, although you are a hero. Thank you very much, Mr. Call, for joining us and giving us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Now I would like to invite my next panelist guest, and he is Advocate Gagan Gandhi. Advocate Gagan Gandhi is the managing partner of Niti Nyaya Law Offices, New Delhi. After doing his graduation in mathematics and statistics from St. Stephen's College, he completed his management from Faculty of Management Studies, FMS, University of Delhi. He worked in American Express Private Limited in their Risk and Information Department before he decided to do law from Faculty of Law, University of Delhi. He has research paper on Social and Environmental Disclosure Index, SEDI. He deals with cases of check, dishonor, probate, succession, partition and possession, recovery suits, commercial suits, service matters, writ petitions, civil and criminal, apart from pro bono litigations. He has worked extensively on Right to Information Act, relying on the same for seeking replies as an evidence and for inputs in the policy making. Welcome, Advocate Gagan Gandhi on our show. Advocate Gagan Gandhi, you have heard what Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran as well as Mr. Ashish Kaul has mentioned. Both tried to defend the men. They tried their best. You are an advocate, lawyer yourself, and your work is sometimes prosecution and sometimes defending. And this is, and I know that although they both earlier panelists are not an advocate by profession, so their defense, although they tried their best, whether that defense was acceptable or not, but definitely we would like to know from you your views on man will be man. Advocate Gagan Gandhi, please.
Thank you, Mr. Lal, for giving me this opportunity and actually sharing this dais with the distinguished panelists. And both of them actually have set the tone for the discussion going forward. And as Professor Sudhir was talking about that, it's the mother nature actually, uh, which propels and which we are the products of that mother nature. So it is actually said that being a male is a matter of birth, being a man is a matter of age, and being a gentleman is a matter of choice. So it is not we who decide that, okay, I will be man or woman. But yes, the theme for 2021 as well is the interaction between male and men and women. So this interaction is very important, and which give rise to procreation, which give rise to evolution in the society. And as Mr. Kaul was touching upon few legal points, legal aspects, so I will talk that on that as well, that how the society is undergoing a transition, that how the laws are being misused, how the laws are being one-sided. But before that, I delve into that, I will be talking about the relationship aspect of it actually. So it is okay that if men will be men actually. And as Mr. Kaul was pointing out, that men should not, in their quest for equality, or women in their quest for equality, should not be imitating it actually. So you will not be surprised to see that we have men who have ear piercing, who have nose piercing, who have tattoos, but that is fine. Yeah, so nobody is questioning it. But as far as what Mr. Kaul was trying to point out was that men should be men, and they both men and women, they have immense contribution. So it is the contribution to the family first. Family is the smallest unit, and then family converts into a society, and then society converts into a nation. So family being the smallest unit, what kind of contribution we have. So both men and women, they have their respective roles in their contribution. And it is okay that if men will be men, as Professor Sudhir was pointing out, as long as it is morally, as long as it is ethically, and as long as it is legally within the framework. So there is no harm in being in exercising that hormonal outburst, I would say. And as Mr. Kaul was pointing out, that there have been there have been malicious prosecutions, and how the men are undergoing the onslaught of the various laws which actually are empowering women. So those laws which are actually meant for their empowerment, meant to protect them, how these laws actually are being abused, are being turned around. So which actually is causing the strain on the relationships, which actually is questioning the paradigm of the relationship, that whether I will be prosecuted for the entering into a relationship, or whether I did any mistake by entering into a relationship, or was it a crime that I entered into this thing. So, and it is a time tested uh, mechanism that marriage is the only institution which legalizes this relationship. And there have been questions raised on it, and the to the best of our abilities, we have not been able to find any other better institution other than marriage to for the purpose of coexistence, for the purpose of taking the family forward, for the purpose of procreation, and the important aspect is the succession. So if you look at West, so they have different successionary laws. And if you look at the Indian custom, we have different successionary laws. So it becomes very important to have a healthy relationship in the family. It is very important that both men and women coexist to take the family forward. So I rest my case with that, Mr. Goel.
Okay, thank you very much, Advocate Gagan Gandhi. And Advocate Gagan Gandhi also is of view that man is man, and he has, although he says that he also got the same thing, sometimes tattoos and tears of his ear, etc., etc. But still, to say that he is the only culprit is not correct. It is from the both side. He also mentioned about the legalities, how the things are happening today in country, and men are also being tortured. And he says that we have to respect, after all, it's a mother nature thing, that man is man and not otherwise. Thank you very much, Advocate Gagan Gandhi. I will come to the next point, and then definitely I will ask some questions to you. Now I would like to invite my next panelist guest. And now, because viewers, you have heard three men, now we are going to a woman, and she is Miss Khushbu Revatkar. Ms. Khushbu Revatkar is a IT consultant, actor, model, coach, and show director. She is the brand ambassador of Pro Cucina Modular Kitchen brand. She is National Excellence Award winner, Model of the Year 2018. She is Tata Consultancy Services Super Achiever Women Award 2018. She is also winner of Dr. Swarpalli Radhakrishnan Memorial Award 2018. She has taken initiatives in social service such as Happy Birthday to Me, Happy Birthday to Us, to celebrate birthday with underprivileged special children. Annadan, let's do our bit to serve food to needy. She has raised awareness through fashion walk and educational talks against acid attack, against rape, breast cancer, child education, menstrual hygiene, health and well-being. Welcome, Ms. Khushbu Revatkar on our show. Ms. Khushbu, you have heard our earlier male panelist, and they are trying to defend, although I am also a male, but I know that they try to defend the undefensible. Again, I am repeating this same sentence, because everybody knows the male cannot defend whatsoever they say, because if it is like this, then why in India very less representation of female in anywhere, whether we see the politics, the parliament, the assemblies, whether we see the armed forces, anywhere you see, yes, the female are where? Maximum organ donors. This is man chauvinism. That is why I say men are not clear their heart. No brother would like to give kidney or the liver to his sister, but he expects the sister or the mother to give. No father would like to give to the daughter. Father can give to the son. Son can give to the father, if there is no choice. Otherwise, daughter has to give to the father. Daughter has to give to the mother. 85% of the organ donation in India are by the living organ donation are by the women. And we are talking that men are superior? No, they are not even equal. They claim, they term themselves as a superior because of their chauvinism, because not of Mother Nature. Mother Nature never wanted us that we should be giving more importance to men and not to the women. For Mother Nature, everyone is same. But we have created this. Now, you being a such a motivator, I must say, although you are a model and you have, but you have used your modeling, you have used your beauty, you have used your talent for the social welfare work. And because I am following you and you have appeared on my shows several times, and I know you, the works you are doing for the society, definitely we want to know your work, your views. Man will be man. Miss Khushbu Devatkar, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for having me in this session. And since it's a wonderful day today, I would like to wish you all and my all my co-panelists and all the viewers a very happy International Day to all of you. And I personally feel that this is a great opportunity today to appreciate and celebrate men in our lives and the contribution that they are doing in to the society for the good of all, not just for them, but for all. And of course, all the points that you have mentioned, they very much exist. And at the same time, like since the topic is today's is men will be men, so I also feel I am in agreement with my co-panelists that yes, it is fine for men to be men and men should be men. But then since this definition is taken in a derogative way, I would like to make it a point that what is the real men definition is that is portrayed in a media or in a society. So we need to understand who are the real men. Is the real man the one who is portrayed in Imperial Blue ad? Is that something that mostly it is highlighted that a woman gets attracted when a macho man is spraying deo on his body like a ripped body? And is that the real man? Is that the definition of a real man? Or is it someone a big Bollywood or Hollywood star, someone who is looking drop dead handsome? So is that the media is portraying a real man? So I feel that the definition of real man needs to be understood at this point of time. This is a high time for all of us to because we are in the 2021, where are we still not able to differentiate that what a superficial image of real man is portrayed in the media and what is the real man living in a real life? So I think if that we distinguish and make it understand, especially to the upcoming generation, it will make more sense to respect the gender. So and then the definition or the line that is said men will be taken in a very positive way, and the more respect will be given to both the gender. Because when we expect equality, the equality comes in when there is a respect for both the gender, not just highlighting what men are not doing, but also highlighting what men are actually doing. And when you say like as you have you know that I'm into multiple profession, I owe my success to all the men in my life. I feel that the source of strength and inspiration I get is from the men in my life. So I feel that the definition of real men is need to be clearly understood, that it is not the superficial thing that is seen in the media, but it is a man. A real man is someone who is polite, someone who respects other, someone who is okay with expressing his emotions. It is okay for him to cry, it is okay for him to be to do some of the feminine work also if he wished to. So like Gagan has also very nicely put it, that it's a choice that a man makes to be a gentleman. So like we are not given a choice to choose our gender, but then how we choose to be is a gentleman or so it is not a good boy bad boy, it is he is a human first. A man is a human first. So a woman, if he looks up to a man as a human first, and then the gender comes in, so I think that makes a very easy life for both the genders to live in and coexist together. So this is what I feel, and I feel like today's woman is someone who is looking up to a man who understand her goals, who respects her views, who respects her ambition, and it's a who respects if she wants to be at home, she wants to go at work, she wants to have a child, she wants to manage both. So it's a personal choice. So a man is someone who respects what she is and respects what he is, and not pretending someone to be. Like Mr. Call has also mentioned that there is no need for pretending to be someone else in someone else image. He can be himself. And a woman a man also expects that a woman should expect him to be for what he is, not for her own safety, or not for some kind of image building thing. It is just because she needs a companion, she is expecting a man to be in her life. So, and also, like Sudhir sir has said, this is given by Mother Nature. So it is up to us what we make out of it. So these are my views today, and I respect all the men and in my life. Of course, there are the challenges which women are facing. So as we talk about them, we also have the right to express and give the chance to men also to come up with their challenges and respect them, and openly accept them, that okay, it is okay for a man to cry, it is okay for a man to be sensitive, it is okay for a man to show some of the aspects which women are showing, that he is dealing with some of his challenges. It is not that he has to always portray that he's strong only, he is like physically fit, or he needs to be looking all the time good, and all the time doing. So now we are in a generation where we are expecting a power couple. So power couple is someone who is if a man is having some strengths, the woman is having some weakness, so they are covering up each other with the weaknesses and the strengths, coming together to overcome the challenges each gender is having. So it is a very beautiful space that we are in today, and I think we can respect that. And like you have mentioned that yes, at the higher levels there are more of men, and there are less of women. Of course, that is that is the reality. But at the same time, it is changing. Like in Bollywood, you may see that earlier only the younger females were becoming the top heroines, and once she crosses 30 or 35, there is no much scope for her to portray herself in the Bollywood industry. But now Kareena Kapoor and many other actresses who have now 2 children and still pursuing their career. So similar things are happening in corporate world also. So I think this is a very good time for both the genders to be themselves and accept each other's existence with grace. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Ms. Khushbu, and we are very happy. I am at least happy that at least a woman like you have given the compliments to men. And what she says is very right, that it's a win-win situation for both men and women if they overcome the other's partner's shortcomings, the power couple she has mentioned. And she says that the time is changing, the new time is coming when the women are also upcoming. And she says the man has to be man because they take care, they are very caring, they are guiding force for many of the women also. So according to her, to celebrate International Men's Day is worthwhile, and there are men's and this is right also, the black sheeps are always there in every society, but according to her, men are to be a man, and this is the man's own choice how to behave, how not to behave, but they should see to it that they give the respect to the women. Thank you very much, Ms. Khushbu Revatkar, for giving your views. Now my question goes to Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran. Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, you mentioned about Mother Nature. Has Mother Nature told the man to rape women? I will just give you example. 3 days back, the media report says one minor girl was raped by 400 men. Are we celebrating International Men Day for that girl? Don't you think this is something, a blot, big blot to all the men? they claim that we are men. What masculine they have shown? If they want to show their masculine power, go and fight with the terrorists. Why showing your masculine power on a minor girl? Do you think it is the fault of the mother nature, or it is the fault of the upbringing that they have not taught the boy how to respect the girl? Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, please. Professor Saran, please go ahead.
I totally condemn the behavior that you mentioned, and that is not covered by the phrase men will be men. It is absolutely despicable that any human being exercises violence on another human being, be it man or woman. I totally condemn use of violence in any form. Let there be no ambiguity in anyone's mind that it is criminal, very condemnable act, and there can be no justification. Mother Nature does not give you license to violate another person. So this should not be misunderstood. This is first part of my answer, Mr. Goel, that I absolutely condemn it. Totally, with a strong voice, I condemn it. I do not see any justification for violence against any person, much less an innocent child, by anyone, in any name. There is no rationality. There is no justification. Absolutely. Now, Mother Nature is not here to make a demon out of man. Mother Nature just is there to put you into certain faculties, faculty of thinking, faculty of feeling, faculty of doing. How do we use our thinking, our feeling, our doing is up to society, up to moral standards of the individual, and what we are reinforcing, the culture, the country, the tribe, all of them have to take a stock, look inside, introspect, and not blame their flaws, their deviation, their devilry onto Mother Nature, which is innocent. So this is the total answer. Nobody should hide behind that Mother Nature made me and therefore I did it. No, sir, thank you. It's absolutely not that way. They are cheating, they are killing, they are, mauling innocent things. And it is a terrible thing that I have to say. Despite so many hundred laws to defend the rights of children, rights of women, what has happened to our law enforcement society? What has happened to our judicial system? What has happened to our educational system? What has happened to our family system? When my conscience dies, whenever is one person violated, the entire mankind is violated. Why can't we teach that? Why can't we understand it? It is, you see, so many double standards are there, Mr. Goel. It is despicable. There are people in positions of power. If their children abuse women, they go all lengths, they pull all stops to protect their children instead of condemning. How many people in power, people in positions of influence are impartial, fair, until those things happen? The atrocities which you mentioned, I think we cannot blame Mother Nature. It is the the culprit.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Sorry, I have to act as a devil's advocate, although the real advocate is sitting there, because otherwise, how I will come out that the viewers will know what the men and the women are doing in the country. My question goes to Advocate Gagan Gandhi. You also defended the men. Then, if it is like that, then why there is no women in judiciary so much? The representation, I will give the example of your own Supreme Court. Out of 34 judges at present, only 4 women judges are there.
Yeah.
How many women? Sorry.
No, so you are
What,
rightly.
how many? My question: how many women leading advocates name you can give names? Can you give me 5 names? The leading lady advocates. You've been advocate, you may say, but how many people knows? Everybody knows about the leading advocates, male advocates, and that is the reason. What Mr. Sudhir Saran was mentioning, the crime, the judiciary. When we are talking of judiciary, if we are not fair, if we are biased for a particular gender, then how the women of our country will get the proper proper judgments for their things? Otherwise, what they are getting is delay justice. They are not getting justice. Even you might have seen the yesterday what the honorable Supreme Court has given about the skin to skin judgment. Unfortunately, that judgment which was given by the Bombay High Court Nagpur bench was not at all acceptable. Unfortunately, it was given by a woman judge. Anyway, your views, why there is no proper representation equal? We have more than 48% women in our country, almost 50%. Why there is no equal representation in judiciary? If they don't have the representation, how they ask others to have the representation? First, you set your house right, then preach others. What you say about this, Advocate Gagan Gandhi?
No, so if you look at the recent comments by the CGI, he has categorically mentioned that there should be reservation, 50% reservation for women in judiciary. So it is not that the judiciary is not thinking on this aspect of more women judges being appointed. Having said that, if you look at the lower judiciary, so more women are joining lower judiciary, and yes, and you will see that culminating into higher judiciary as well with the progress of time. And so if you look at civic authorities, if you look at the parliament, so there has already been a greater representation from the women section. But as you said that, so saying that judiciary is not thinking over it will be misplaced. That that the judiciary is not do not want women representation. Yeah. So as far as naming the leading advocates is concerned, if I name few, it will be disrespect to the other leading advocates. And so there has been recent appointment designation of senior advocates. So it carries a lot of women candidates also. So, but yeah, as Khushbu pointed out that, so I am a culmination of different forces. So I cannot attribute my success to my own, only my own efforts. So there are women around me who have actually culminated into whatever success I have got. So so what we see is the outcome, is the outproduct only. But there are a lot of players, especially women, who are actually responsible for that. So it's not that like as Khushbu was pointing out, so it's the complementing actually each other. So whatever I lack, my partner contributes, or whatever my partner lacks, I contribute. So in a similar way, it's uplifting the people around us.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Advocate Gagan Gandhi. Although I still not convinced in one way, this you said that present CGI, yes, he is taking interest and he has mentioned this. But in Parliament, we have seen how for women reservation only even 33%, forget 50%, 33%. It is going on for several years, several Parliament election came and gone. Nobody bothers, and they are just talking. Let's hope the judiciary will take a lead, and then we will get it. Now, my question goes to Ms. Khushbu Rewardkar. Ms. Khushbu, you mentioned about media. Media is showing something. Why there is no protest from the women organization? I will tell you one ad which I have seen recently. It is so disgusting. Even a person like me, I'm sure many of the men are after seeing that ad, that how a woman can be lured by seeing a strip of the undergarment of a man. Do you agree that this is lowering of media, but it is encouraged because there is no protest, there is no representation from the women that this is wrong. A woman, as you mentioned, that they are on top post, they are doing lots of works, but do you think that they are so fools, or they have no intelligence, that they will be lured by just seeing a strip of a undergarment of a man? That ad is showing, and not one, either two or three different companies are now showing this. This is not a masculine thing. This is not that somebody is showing the body, or they are showing some good thing. They are just showing that the women are like this. Do you think media has to change, or for that matter, the woman has to come forward and tell the media not to cross the line and not to show such type of thing?
Yes, I completely agree with you that yes, there is a line of what do you say, that either it is a woman to raise a voice or a man to raise a voice, and that is why for media we have censor board. So and many women are part of that censor board who has to ensure that if the line is maintained or not. So the ad which you have mentioned, I have not personally seen, because it's been 10 years I did not watch TV. But yes, I keep myself updated with the news and the ongoing things. But yes, I feel that the ad which you have mentioned, also the Dio ad and the Imperial Blue ad, this is what they are portraying men, and this is what they think that today's woman expects a man to wear some kind of a brief or some kind of a do, then only she will get attracted and pulled towards him, which is not at all a real case. We don't expect a man to be like that. We expect a man who be compassionate with us, who respect us, who feels comfortable to share their feelings with us, who are like there to listen to us. So it is, but like you mentioned that okay, there are few ads which are portraying such kind of a thing, and the action should be taken by the censor board to ban such ads. Because when we come up with ads like this few of the clothing brands who have come up with ads, and they have been banned because they are not representing the culture of the society, like marriage or other thing in a right way, or Hinduism in the right way. So they have been banned. So definitely these kind of bans, this kind of ad should be banned. But I think media is also portraying like if you come up like if you have seen movies like Pink, Chak De India, then there was a movie Jab We Met also, which is a comedy or light romantic comedy movie, wherein the real men are portrayed in a very beautiful way, who are like a source of strength for the woman. Like Chak De India is a beautiful movie where the Shah Rukh Khan is the source of strength for the complete women team to win. So he was standing by them. He was empowering them. The Pink movie where Amitabh Bachchan is portrayed to fight for a rape victim. So a man is fighting against men indirectly. So there are good men, there are men who are not abiding by the nature law of like protecting women, which they are bestowed with. So that is again a matter of choice that is happening.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Khushbu, for giving your views. And you
Yeah,
rightly
thank
said about Chak De
you.
India and Jab We Met. And I
Mhm.
remember Jab We Met because I went to the Vigyan Bhavan and received the national award on behalf of Miss Saroj Khan,
Wow.
the ace choreographer, because she won the national award for that. And she
Mhm.
was so kind on me. She wanted me to go personally and receive the award on her behalf. So
Wonderful.
that's why. But you have made a point rightly, but I would like you to see that ad which I have mentioned. But yes, fine.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Now my question goes to Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran. Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, do you think it is the fault of our education system that this phrase "man will be man" is used as a very derogatory way? It is the fault of our education system that man deals, man, I'm not talking of every man, I'm talking many of the men treat the women in a different way. Or it is the fault of our education system that we are not giving the equality, the right to, so that today we are celebrating International Man Day. I can say, and I am sure you also know that how many people are celebrating this day. But when International Women Day comes in, is somewhere on in the first week of March, it is celebrated with lots. Everybody is celebrating because man will be man. What you say about this, Professor Saran?
There is absolutely no doubt that education system is completely 100% responsible. But the definition of education system is not the formal education system. If you include informal education system, the peer group system, then they have much more better control over the values, standards, the thinking, the psychology, the mentality, which men have is men will be men. Second part, celebrating International Women's Day and International Men's Day. Well, I'm sure you have learned this before. You are such widely read person. You have seen so much of the world. Femina found that its subscribers list is composed of more men than women. So that speaks volumes for us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Professor Saran. Yes. Now my question goes to Advocate Gagan Gandhi. Advocate Gagan Gandhi, if we say man is a man, man is like, or man will be man, why only in India? Why not in any other country? You just go to Middle East, you go to Dubai or any other country, or go to Europe or go to UK or USA. No such type of crimes, very little crimes. Why? The same man. Man is not changing. He is the same man here, there also. Do you think it is the law enforcement weakness in India? That's why man will be man is used as a derogatory thing. You cannot see such type of thing is staring of a girl in any other country. Nobody would like to stare. Nobody would like to do those such type of heinous crimes against women, which we are doing in India. Don't you think it's a failure of law enforcement agencies, the judicial system, and the political will to see that everything should be perfect? What do you say about this, Advocate Gagan Gandhi?
So if you look at the historical development or evolution of the laws, especially after Nirbhaya's incident, the laws have become much stricter, and law enforcement agencies actually take up the complaints, such complaints, on a priority basis. Yeah, so you are right that there are intrinsic legal delays which happen. So Nirbhaya did not happen overnight. So it took 4 to 5 years for the conviction to be upheld. Yes, so these are the systematic delays. You are right for that actually. Yeah, but as you said that why we are witnessing it in India only and why not in other countries. So I would not blame only laws for this. So it will be, as Professor Sudhir pointed out, it's the education and not the only the formal education. So it's your family system, it's your family belief, it's your neighborhood, the peer group pressure, the whom you are interacting on a day-to-day basis. So that actually is culminating into the such kind of this thing. But yes, at the same time, over regulation and over strictness also kills the beauty of the relationship. So it has to be veiled in a proper manner. That and our judicial system is based on criminal jurisprudence is based on the premise that one innocent should not be punished. Let the 10 guilty go scot free. So if I go by that, so the law enforcement agencies have to be very cautious also. But yes, at the same time, the incident which you mentioned, so it has to be condemned, and it is not those incidences which I am talking about. It is a heinous nature, and yes, so and especially after Nirbhaya, I would say that everybody in executive, judiciary, and legislature, all three organs of our state have taken cognizance of this fact. And that is why we see amendments actually taking place in the criminal procedure code also, especially in 2018.
Okay. Thank you, Advocate Gagan Gandhi. Although Nirbhaya took almost 8 years, and Nirbhaya case was highlighted because they wanted to change the government, at that time government. After that, Hathras case took place, Kathua case took place, and many cases are taking place. Nothing, no development, and 77 rapes every day. That is the official figure. And you know, as an advocate, how many rapes are, more and more rapes are not at all reported by the girl, by the family, by the relatives, by the police, and by the political pressures. So many things are happening, but still, same man in other countries, they will not dare to look towards a girl for fear of the law only. No other fear. They have the same fear. They have the same education system. They are educated in India. They have the same friends group here in India. But when they cross the border, they become a obedient person, a man. If the man who Khushbu wants, that the man who one can look towards as a towering figure, not a figure what we are seeing in India, such type of person. Thank you very much. Now my question goes to Ms. Khushbu. Ms. Khushbu, don't you think the present young generation is more responsible? The men of the present generation are giving more respect to the women. They are caring for women. Their upbringing, or because of the social media effect, or because they have come to know what is happening in other countries, they started giving the more credit to the women. Unlike our generation, mine and Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran generation, and that is why in India the same trend is going on. But the young generation, or the educated generations of young, they are changed a lot, and they are giving more they have become more responsible, and they are the men whom you are looking for, that the men who can protect the woman, who can share the concern of women, and who will be a power couple, real power couple. What you say about this, Ms. Khushbu Rivadkar?
Yes, sir. You have very well said that the in the earlier generation, from your generation also, of course, there was a mutual respect for each other. But since women were mostly at home, the men never thought of what she needs, because they are spending less of time with the other gender, because there are mostly men. So it was never taken into consideration that okay, the equal opportunity or the equal share of responsibilities need to be taken by both the genders. Now consider, like, for in my life also, like I have been in different industry and have been working with men, and I have my senior men who have been my mentor, who have been my coach, who have guided me. There were managers, and there were senior actors, and even my teachers whom I'm learning singing, all are men, and they have been a great source of strength for me to uplift myself. I exist in this world of a celebrity or this entertainment because there are men who are there to protect me when I need them. So I feel that the younger generation, or the generation of my age group, is more responsible now because of the education. Like my brother is seeing me that I'm working from morning till night, and I have same challenges which he is also facing when he is going outside the home. So now he respects me more compared to earlier, when there was no such exchange of ideas happening, because there was no such of similar experiences were existing. Now since the similar experiences are existing, because both are outside, both are working, and both know what it takes to overcome that challenge. And when we come back, there is a equal share of responsibilities to be to be done at home, because we have limited time. And that is why this new concept of power couple is coming, because if a family has to grow further, both the people have to come together to take the family further. Otherwise there is a disbalance, and that is one of the reasons that the divorces and the separation happens. So I
Okay.
think it is a mutual responsibility, and
Yes.
I'm happy
Okay.
that it is
Okay.
happening.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So viewers, today you have seen that International Men Day, which we are celebrating today, is really worth if we start respecting the woman, if we take the responsibility, if we try to overcome some shortcomings of the women without highlighting it, if we will not do anything which demean them or demean our family, then the real sense of celebration will be there. But yes, it is a starting, and I'm sure if we all will take a pledge that we will be a man, then we will not have any problem. If anybody will say man will be man, yes, man will be man, because man is there to protect, man is there to mentor, man is there to see that everyone in the family, or even if otherwise also, are not being given any problems by anyone, then the man will be man. Thank you very much. And today's program has been live telecasted by V4 News, Global TV, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News Gaon se, Samvad Sarocar News, Bharat Post News, Karu News, as well as was shown live on Facebook and YouTube. And our endeavor to bring to you every day new topic at 10:30, media conference with Lal Goel at 10:30 a.m. Tomorrow our topic is teachers' role in nation building. And our panelists are Professor Dr. Mohanlal Agrawal, President, Indo-Gulf Management Association, Dubai, former Professor of Marketing, Innovation and Management, IIM Lucknow, Dr. Naveen Gupta, Director, Hindustan Institute of Management and Computer Studies, Sharda Group of Institutions, Mathura, Dr. Naseem Abidi, Professor and Dean, School of Business, Skyline University College, Sharjah, UAE, Dr. Ashok Sharma, Director, Jagannath International Management School, Kalkaji, New Delhi. So please tune in tomorrow for media conference with Lal Goel at 10:30 a.m. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran. Thank you very much, Advocate Gagan Gandhi. Thank you very much, Ms. Khushbu Rivatkar. And thank you very much, Mr. Ashish Kaul, for giving. All of you have enlightened today, and I'm sure all our viewers are quite enlightened, and definitely they all will celebrate International Men's Day. Not only men, the women will also celebrate the International Men's Day, so that there will be very good harmony. And next year, when we'll be again talking on International Men's Day, the data of rapes, the data of all those things will, I'm sure, will go down, and the data for increase in the Supreme Court judges, increase in parliament, the women representation will not go, because 2024 is the election. But in other assembly elections, the women must get more seats. Thank you very much.